back to Ssgt Girl Talk. I'm Katie LeBoutillier, joined by Tiegan Clark, and we are so happy that you're here today. Today we're going to be going over all the biggest, best, and funniest storylines heading into the 2026 Winter Olympics. Because at the time of recording and the time of posting, they're very soon. There's some events today, tomorrow, kind of prelim type stuff. I think curling mainly.
I think so.
Yeah, and then opening ceremonies Friday, and lots going on this week. So
is it tomorrow?
What?
I thought it was on Thursday. I thought it was the 5th.
I think it's the 6th.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the 5th. I'm wrong.
We're here for listen for all the news here. We're absolutely ready about everything. But before we start today, we're going to start a new tradition here. Before we get started every week, we're going to do a little her stat of the week type segment, or just like a big storyline that we want to talk about before we jump into everything else. This week we both kind of have Olympic related news, which we'll be talking about lots today. But in the future, it could be anything. So, Tegan, why don't you get us started?
I'm going to go first. Well, you said that already, but there's been some craziness in the alpine world. Lindsey Vonn, who is an American alpine ski racer, she just recently ruptured her ACL at a World Cup event in Switzerland, and then she had to pull out of the Olympics. But then officially she came and did a conference like 2 days ago and was like, actually, no, I still want to participate. I know my results won't be the same and my likelihood of like winning are going to be different, but I still want to go. I'm going to compete with a knee brace. My knee isn't swollen. I tried skiing and I'm good. And I think that's just, that's insane dedication. Her first Olympics was in 2002. She got a gold medal win in 2010 and she's coming back. So I think that's going to make for a really interesting race.
Yeah, it's just a
yeah,
cool
it's a
story
cool fact
about,
too,
and then my piece of news is actually on the other side of that. Deanna Stellato-Dudek, which is half of Canada's figure skating duo here at the Olympics. She's with Maxime Deschamps, but they have pulled out of the team event after she suffered an injury during training when they were there. Like, they got all the way there. That's so unfortunate and so close to the event, which is such a...
You're like right there. I would be...
terrible piece of news.
It would be devastating.
Yeah. So bringing the mood down before we get started, unfortunately. But all that plus so much more Olympic news to come. So with that, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
You're listening to Ssgt Girl Talk, where women in sports take the mic. We're talking careers, culture, and stories that deserve the spotlight. Whether you're on the field, behind the scenes, or in the stands, this is your space.
Okay, like we mentioned, today's episode is a little Winter Olympics preview because on the day that we're posting this, games officially start, whatever. So to break it down for you, we are going into some of our top storylines to watch, the events we're most looking forward to, some team kit reviews. I haven't seen that many, so Tiegan has prepared a slideshow for me to live react and us to talk about it. And then also, of course, our favorite memes and pop culture moments so far because they haven't even started the games and we're already obsessed with them.
Talking about it.
We're going to start with our kind of top storylines heading into the Olympics, 3 things that have been on our radar so far. Tegan, go ahead.
Ever since September, I've known that this is something that the Olympics have been working towards. This year is going to be the first year that they're including or incorporating a goal towards gender equity. So it's going to be targeting 50-50 for broadcasting and also participation in sports, so both genders. There's 116 total events, and then 50 of them are specifically just the women's ones, like the categories for them, even if it's like men's sprint versus women's, whatever. And then 12 are mixed. So that's like the closest it's ever been to 50-50 out of that. 62, 62, because I can't count. For women's participation is the most that's ever been at. And it's a really drastic change from the first Olympics, the first Winter Olympics specifically in 1924. And the only sport that women could participate in was figure skating. So we've made some good steps towards that.
Some big steps. And I think we've talked about, like, in our classes here especially, we've talked about, like, the disparity there. And I think it's very interesting to see how close it can get going forward. I know there's still sports that, like, only women play. Like, we talked about ringette last week. The longest standing argument, I tell people I play ringette, they're like, that's not a sport. I'm like, yeah, it is. They're like, well, is it at the Olympics? Like, freaking baseball wasn't at the Olympics this year. Are you going to say that's not a sport? Like, first of all, that's a dumb argument.
I know.
Second of all,
that's my worst argument.
Yeah.
Well, it's not at the Olympics, so it's not actually a real sport.
That's just not true.
Why don't you go
try? Yeah, why don't you go try real? But... like, there's plenty more women's sports that could be incorporated into...
Yeah, like, there's a big argument for Nordic combined, which there's not a women's category, unfortunately, and a lot of people are arguing, trying to fight for it. It's just, there's not as much participation as
Yeah.
there needs to be for the IOC to deem it something that they could put in to have like good enough rates for it to be
Yeah.
a potential, but
It's
they're
crazy
working
too.
towards
Yeah,
it.
because there's sports like obviously like ringette where it's like
Mhm.
this is a whole new sport that only women play, whatever. But there's also so many events that have a men's side already
Yeah.
that they're like, okay, why don't we just
Why don't
have
we just-
both?
yeah.
Like especially for stuff like skiing where you have to set up and you have to find a location. You already have that location for
I
the
know,
men's.
it's there.
really not that hard to just invite the women too. Like I'm sure it's
Yeah.
more difficult than I'm making it sound,
Yeah.
but that's the kind of thing you need to do. And even if it doesn't have the best ratings, you still have to do that to support.
Exactly.
Like more people aren't going to play and watch if
No,
you don't
if
do
you
it.
don't start.
So it's kind of what comes first, chicken or the egg there. But when supporting women's sports, it just needs to
You
come
just have to
first.
support it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, moving on. Mine, you need to figure out some names. Well, I know the names, but basically, there's been some figure skating beef in women's singles in Canada.
Ooh.
Maddie Skihaz or something. Let me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen it on like,
Skizaz.
Instagram or something. Yeah.
So it's really funny. One of her TikToks came up on my For You page like 2 days ago. And I was like, oh, cute. Because so many like, come with me to the Olympics,
Yeah,
travel with
yeah.
me, here's my dorm, whatever. I've been watching a ton of them. So
Yeah.
then I saw her TikToks and I like scrolled through a bunch of them. She seemed like cute. Like she was like with her university friends who were sending her off. I was like, okay, fun.
Nice.
And then like 2 days later, another TikTok comes up on my For You page. And it's this girl explaining like the beef between Madeline and Gabby Dillman,
Okay.
who has been a figure skater in
Yeah.
Canada for a long time. She was injured. She stepped away from the sport, whatever, and now she's like staging
Coming
it.
back?
She was staging a comeback this year to
Okay.
qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah.
And so this is the details that I gathered from TikTok and articles, but like mainly
Various
like this is my
sources,
retelling,
various
so
sources.
if I get anything wrong, I didn't. Basically, she's staging a comeback. She has this kind of like taken over while Dillman's been away
Okay.
because like whatever, she was just kind
Yeah.
of on the rise and Dillman was
Trying to
injured,
figure it out,
trying to
yeah.
figure it out, trying to come back. And so she won at the last Olympics
Yeah.
in Beijing. She came third in the singles event, which like pushed Canada was in 6th and you have to be top 5 to
Yeah.
move on to the finals of the team event. So she came third. Like they stumbled whatever on one of their group ones.
Okay.
She came third in the women's singles and bumped them up
Oh.
to be able to
Yeah,
move on.
yeah.
So then everyone was
So
like,
then she
okay,
got
like
injured.
she kind of saved. No, this
Oh,
is
okay, the other
Madeline.
one. My
So
bad.
then she's like,
I'm
oh,
getting-
everyone's like, okay, she saved Team Canada figure skating. Awesome. Then this year she kind of stumbled. She was in 6th after round 1 of like Olympic qualifiers, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then stumbled down to 11th and therefore only earned Canada 1 spot for
okay.
women like singles
Yeah.
figure skating, right? Because you can either
Yeah,
get 1
yeah.
or 2 like spots. So she only got Canada 1. So then it was between her and Gabby Dillman, who was staging this massive comeback, and which like so there's argument like, well, Dillman kind of performs better on the international stage. She's more emotional in her figure skating. People like her, but Madeline has earned this because
Yeah.
she helped Canada at the last Olympics. She's been there
Ooh.
while Dillman's been injured, whatever. And then she has comes out with this quote. They are like, she was being interviewed, whatever, and they're like, what do you think about the comeback? And she wasn't sarcastic, I don't think, but you could kind of tell,
Yeah.
I think, that she has been tired of people asking her about Gabby Dillman for the past, like, however long.
Yeah.
She was like, good for her. She, like, I shouldn't say it like that, but basically she
Good
was
for
like,
you, I guess.
she's like, good for her, like, good for her for trying to come back, for doing all that. But I'm going to the Olympics. She says, like, the quote for
She's fed up.
bar for bar, she said, over my dead body is someone
Oh.
else going to the Olympics.
Wow.
So some people were a little
She's feeling strong.
some people were a little put off by that part of the quote.
I would be too, personally.
Fair enough. But
know,
also,
She's kind
if
of
you
got
want to
a
go win an
point.
Olympic medal, that's kind of the mentality you have to have, is over to my dead body. Is anyone else out qualifying me? Like, I'm going. So there's both sides of it, and people like to dramatize women when they talk
course.
confidently. Like,
You know, why not?
honestly, had a man have said, over my dead body is someone else qualifying over me,
They'd be
everyone
like,
would have been
oh,
like,
the
yeah,
passion.
yeah.
Woo.
But because she said it, everyone's like, oh, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I kind of
she's
don't
so
like her for
rude.
that. And then they're like, oh, she's being like really sarcastic when she said like, good for her. And whatever, maybe she was. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the drama that's been going on with women's
I'd be
singles
fed
right
up
now.
if they kept asking me the same question.
Right, like,
Like, you know, like, it
I
gets
think
to a
she's
point.
probably been getting a lot of
Yeah.
you versus her. And she's like, I'm going to the Olympics. Can we
Like,
not just
yeah.
like
Talk about my experience.
talk about that? Talk about like how
Progression,
I'm trying to come
yeah.
back after last year and I helped everyone at the Olympics last whatever. So there's both sides to it, of course. And obviously Gabby overcoming injury and trying to come back and coming so close. Good for her. In not a sarcastic way, good for her. But yeah, that was an interesting storyline that mainly came to me through TikTok. But there's a lot of
But it's interesting.
There's a lot of good women's sports stories going around on TikTok. That's such a good way. It's not a good way to get all your news. I'm not saying that.
No.
But specifically women's sports news, there's a lot of discussion on there.
I feel like that's how it's mainly been growing, but then it brings people to it, so that's good.
It brings people to it, but it's also like sometimes people are just spreading drama.
Yeah,
And it's like, well.
Comments.
But that kind of saga was one of my storylines. So keep an eye on Maddie.
Yeah.
Ski has, I believe, is how you pronounce it. I think I've said it 4 different ways during this segment, but keep an eye on her at the figure skating singles events. Yeah.
Well,
that brings us into your segment.
A different thing, but the introduction of ski mountaineering, I think that's going to be really cool to see.
Yeah.
I didn't actually really know what it was beforehand, but it's like a race where I think you start on skis, but you kind of have to like walk uphill, and then you take off your skis at some point, and then you start like climbing up the side of this cliff with all your gear on you.
I'm unfamiliar.
And then you reach the point where you start like the downhill race, but then you gotta like stick your skis back on and like get all your stuff together and then go through gates and things to get to the bottom. And it's like kind of insane. You gotta hike, mountain climb, and then go skiing at the same time. And I think that'll be really interesting to see as well. There's 3 events. There's the women's and men's sprints, and then there's a mixed relay, which is structured differently, and you have to do it like twice each or something, which is kind of brutal, and that can be like up to an hour and a half. But
that reminds me of orienteering. Are you familiar with orienteering?
Kind of.
I would kind of low-key love to see that in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I had to write an article 2 summers ago when I was working for the Ottawa Sports Pages about like we had a bunch of local orienteering stars apparently, so I was like interviewing them, and I had little to no experience in orienteering, but after writing that article and like doing some research and talking to people, I was like, this is kind of really cool.
That's awesome.
But it's similar in the way that there's relays, there's sprints, there's long ones.
Yeah.
But that's really cool. What's the ski event where they shoot things?
Biathlon. Yeah. I bring that up later.
I know, I saw. That's what I thought it was. I have a friend who did biathlon.
Oh, really?
And he was like pretty competitive at it.
Wow.
I like my
I
went to like 7-8 with him.
cool.
Friends is a loose term. But he was very nice. Anyway. But it's a cool sport. But apparently we'll get into that later. My second storyline heading in is the Team Canada women's hockey it's the kind of 2 stories on them. They're claiming that they're not the underdogs heading into this. Which whatever, they're the defending champions. So bear that in mind. However, they had a very rough rivalry series. They just got swept. They lost all 4 games, and a lot of them fairly handedly. 2 4-1 losses, 1 6-1 loss, and 1 10-4 loss. Yeah. And I don't really know what was going. Like the teams have stayed fairly similar from that Olympic win.
They had like good coordination, like good team, like
and the teams have stayed similar as to 2 years ago when Canada won the rivalry series, or it was at least like way closer. So I don't really know if it was just a bad rivalry series, and obviously they're not playing USA the whole time they're at the Olympics. However, if it goes how it normally goes, that will be the final. And a lot of people think that Canada will be the underdog at the Olympics this year, and I believe it was a quote from Emma Maltese, who was saying, like, I think it was Emma Maltese.
I've seen a bunch of her Instagram
they're all
videos.
blonde.
They're all like,
And so I really don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was. But she was like, we're not the underdogs. Like, we freaking won last year. Or not last year, but last Olympics. And I'm like, yeah, but
we have to keep going.
And I obviously am rooting for them. There's a lot of players that I really like on America, like Taylor Heisey's like incredible. But that's kind of the storyline with Canada's women's team headed into this Olympics, and it'll be very interesting to see whether I think preliminary rounds they'll be fine. Like
I think so.
They will be better than every team except for maybe the US, and so it'll be interesting to see if that's a final or maybe a semifinal matchup, and that could be the difference between getting a medal and not, or getting a gold and a bronze. Like that'll be very interesting to see how that specific rivalry, as always, like that's always the storyline.
I think that's why it's funny that they're like saying underdogs because it's always
between the two of them. It's just whether they'll be an underdog heading into that game with the US. Because in other years it's been like, okay, Canada's obviously the better team, but that's always been the rivalry in women's hockey. And so it'll be interesting to see if, especially just mainly because of how the rivalry series went, is if it's going to be another 6-1 loss or whatever in the finals. And if it's even them in the finals, that would be not good.
I would be very devastated.
Yep. Yeah, but that's my
Yeah,
second
that's how it goes.
storyline. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then I'm kind of wrapping up, but it's like less major news, but it is kind of important to note.
Yeah.
It'll be the first year for the Winter Olympics back that there will be in-person spectators not by invite and not having to wear masks, which is really cool because Beijing had some limitations. They blocked people from buying tickets. It was kind of like a little controversial, but I think it's going to be exciting for the athletes to have fans back in the stands
sure.
at the bottom of courses, just people supporting them because that always makes a big difference in that environment.
Yeah. And kind of on my new one is also not very breaking news or anything, but something to look forward to. NHL players are also back in the Olympics, as with fans. So the men's hockey will be a very fun watch this year,
really
especially because coming off the Four Nations last year, like that was such a big, it was a great competition, and now we have far more than Four Nations. And so, like, obviously, Russia not being in it brings down the competition a little bit because they're a good hockey, whatever Russia, they're not competing in the Olympics in any capacity, but they're a good hockey team. And so from purely watching hockey, that would have been interesting if they were still in it, but they're not.
But it's okay.
But men's hockey will be a way better watch than it has been in years past because of all the NHL players in it and because of the rivalry we saw in Four Nations and how close that was and how crazy that was. And so it would be very interesting to watch that one, which, again, that's not a new storyline, but it is something to look forward to and something to keep an eye out for. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to more things we're looking forward to. This is specifically events that me and Tiegan are hyped to watch.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I'm like sneezed.
Oh.
Holding that back for a little while. Sorry, everybody. So, of course, my event, biggest one I'm looking forward to, snowboard cross. Who could have guessed? But it'll be the first year it's happening in the Olympics where I have actually, like, been to events, seen how it works, and kind of have an idea now of, like, what the structure is. And also some of the athletes I actually... Well, not like no person. Well, like I met Josie Baff, like my goat, my Australian queen. But I don't unfortunately really know the Canadian female racers, which I feel really bad about. And I think one actually pulled out now of the competition, so that's quite unfortunate. But yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting to see that and how it goes down because the other two Australian women are, I think one of them is 19 and the other one is 21, and that's really young to be starting out in there, but I think that's going to be exciting.
Canada has a lot of young skiers and
do have a lot
snowboarders.
Of young skiers,
I've been seeing all their TikToks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
there's.
What are you doing at the Olympics?
I know.
Like, what am I not? Well, more so, why am I not at the Olympics if you are? But
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's so wild. I was going to say, just on the topic of you, saying that it's your first time watching the Olympics or watching that event after having kind of competed in it so much is immediately made me think of, when you go to a concert for a new album and you haven't fully listened to the album yet and you go and you're like, oh, that song was pretty good live, whatever, I don't really know it. Then you go home and you listen to it again and then you're obsessed with the song and you're like, I should have appreciated it more when I saw it live. I know. That's exactly what that's giving. And
it's kind of funny,
and I'm excited for you to experience that because it's basically getting to go to that concert again for the first time. So
I'll be like, oh my God, I know how to do those things now.
So that's super fun. My one that I'm really looking forward to watching is figure skating. I love, obviously, the pairs, the duos. The team synchro is fun to watch, too. But what I'm really, really, really looking forward to is Ilya Malanin, the U.S., the quad god, if you will. Oh, I love him. I love watching him skate. So I'm very much looking forward to his Olympic program. I always like watching figure skating. It's so funny.
Ice Days is also so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do that.
It's so all scary, of it. I just get so I just love watching it, and I hear them comment about the twisties, and they're talking about all the things, and I'm watching the scores go up, and I'm
fluid,
like,
and I'm like, wow,
sure, looked great to me.
This is fantastic.
Yeah. My boyfriend, it was funny. He was like, Eli. Anyway. Well, okay.
Just to clarify.
He was like, oh, will you watch figure skating with me? I was like, why do you want to?
Of course.
Like, yeah, I definitely will. And he's like,
that's not even a question.
All of our roommates apparently said they don't want to watch it with him. So he was like, can you please watch it with me? I was like, oh, I will be watching.
I will watch.
And I'm like, I need to watch for Ilya. And he was like, no, he's American. You can't root for him. And I was like, I regret to inform you that I will be rooting for him. Oh, unrelated. Actually, this is fine. It's technically a pop culture moment. I didn't write it down. But just in the context of me saying I was going to root for an American. Have you seen the Tate Mcrae ad?
No.
Okay. Insert.
I have not.
Probably not, but maybe insert.
We could, yeah.
We can watch it later, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
But basically, she has like this little promo ad where she's like, watch the Olympics on Peacock and then watch the Super Bowl on Peacock.
Huh.
Which, whatever.
Yeah.
Clearly, Peacock just hired her to do that. But she's like, watch and support Team USA.
Oh.
At the Olympics. And everyone's like, Tate, are you not Canadian?
What?
Like,
no.
Which is such a crazy, like, she's
That's
so
kind of funny in this climate.
She's so Canadian.
She is.
Especially in this climate. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But
that is interesting.
And like, obviously, she was just promoting the streaming service.
Yeah.
And where to watch the Super Bowl and the Olympics.
but
Just throwing in that one line about and root on Team USA. I was like, and then all the comments were like,
what is she
you're
talking
from Calgary.
about?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So,
that's funny. I have not seen that ad.
See, I saw it a bunch, but I wasn't watching with volume, and I was like, oh, she's in the snow. Like, she's just like in the snow, and she's wearing red.
Okay.
Which could be
maybe that's
which could be either. And so they were kind of like, because it kind of leads it on. Like, she's like talking about watching the Olympics for a while, and it's not till like
the end.
No, like 2/3 or 1/3 in, she's like, and root on Team USA. And I was like,
wait,
what did I just hear?
Double take.
So yeah, that's more of a pop culture moment, but relates to me cheering for Ilya Malayanin. So whatever. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you're looking forward to watching?
The biathlon. Yeah. I haven't, like...
Me too.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't really know about it when I was younger, but then after 2022, I was kind of like, hey, that looked really cool. I didn't watch it live, but now I'm going to try and see if I could figure out if I can.
Watching anything live
I know.
at these Olympics is going to be...
It's going to be a little bit of a struggle, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were talking about it, and I was like, what do you mean they get to shoot things and ski?
Yeah.
But I think that would be kind of cool. It would be very difficult, but... Like, you have to have a lot of coordination.
Yeah, it's just such a cool sport. The Olympics are really fun for, like, I didn't put it on here, but, like, even bobsled or, like, the luge, like, it's just
skeleton.
Like, skeletons terrifying.
But it looks so cool.
But it's just, like, sports that it's, like, wow, you really dedicated your whole life to that, like,
how, some of them are like, how do you
sport.
Discover you're good at this?
How do you, RBC Training Ground.
Yeah.
That's how you discover.
You're right.
Which is such a cool program. Unrelated. But anyway, yeah, there's so many cool sports at the Olympics. I'm boring, and I have hockey as my next one because I'm obviously looking forward to both of those.
Me too.
Like everyone, like those are like the obvious. I just have hockey, because there's great storylines in both the women's and the men's, mainly relating between Canada and America.
But like that's kind of always how it goes. So.
Especially in the Winter Olympics, there's a lot of the same kind of countries. Like climate-wise, that makes sense. But I also really like watching ski jumping and then ski freestyle. Yeah. They're both very fun.
The jumping is crazy.
And is it called snowboard freestyle or what is the one where they just like
slope style?
Slope style.
Because you could do like all the jumps, but it's called freestyle here.
There's also big jump.
Big air.
Big air.
Big air.
Big air.
Yep.
I always no. But I always look forward to all of those because then that's wise because
they get all like the style points and stuff. And it's crazy. The half pipe.
It's super fun.
And I'm like, whoa.
And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, Mark McMorris.
Completely unrelated. I went in a half pipe this weekend when I was training, and I was like, this is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it looks terrifying.
But it was really fun. Like,
That's
you get
good.
to go, like, come up and do the jump thing. And I was like, wow, I could never do, like, spins in this thing, but that was kind of fun.
Yeah, and that's why I really look forward to watching those events, is because it would absolutely never be me. But I love watching you all try. But yeah, anything with style points I find very interesting to watch because
I don't really get the whole like,
subjective
system.
No, me neither. For a lot of like figure skating, I don't know the system.
No, me neither.
Any ski jump or big air, I do not know the systems for any of it.
I don't either. But
and I like to leave that up to mystery, and it's up to interpretation. So because I'll watch it and be like, wow, that looked really good,
and then it's just like,
and they're like, oh,
that was
not
not great,
not
and I'm
good.
like, oh my god, they just did like a 307 million turn.
It's like, oh, actually, I'm impressed, but. What do I know?
What do I know?
And I don't know anything. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. And those are the storylines that we're both looking forward to and the events that we're hoping to see. Or at least hoping CBC Gem will have them later because...
YouTube highlights, here I come.
Yeah, because I'm not watching at 3 a.m. or whatever it will be.
Yeah, me neither.
Now, we are going to take a brief intermission while I rearrange our set because it's time to look at some team kits. we've changed locations, we've changed sets, and we're ready for some team kit reactions. What is this for? Yes.
I don't know. Ooh,
All right.
things are moving.
So we have a slideshow here that Tiegan put together of some different.
I couldn't reveal the first slide. I didn't know what to put on the first page.
We'll get my reactions, I guess. I'll put me on screen at some points.
Yeah. You'll just show up in the corner somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
So first, obviously, we have Canada.
Yes.
I've seen a whole bunch of videos of people being like, "Oh my God, this is the whole Lululemon kit," and they get the whole suitcase.
Yep. I've seen some of those. Canada's the one I've seen the most,
Yeah.
obviously, because I've been getting all those TikToks, but
I like the jacket with the leaf on it the best, personally. Like it looks like a really comfy jacket.
it does.
And
And it's a
also
weird
this-
shape, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's like a
kinda
poncho.
longer. It's poncho-y. But
Yeah.
I also just like the sweaters for Canada.
Yeah.
That looks really cozy. And I don't know. They like Lululemon, Canada. I feel like we know the partnership. They kind of have a similar style every year, which is like, I get it. You need to have the team colors, but
I like the green, though.
yeah,
I like the added
is
green.
New. The green is new, and then the
I really like the guy in the wheelchair, that one. That one's
the pattern is like nice.
yeah, I really like those coats. They're so expensive, though.
They are.
Oh, my God. Eli was
Should.
looking at trying to get one. Like, because we have a friend who has a Lululemon discount.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, maybe I'll, and it's like $900, or like those jackets I think were $500.
Oh.
And then I'm like, shoot, do I just need to figure out how to get to the Olympics? Because I
Yeah.
really want that jacket.
Yeah.
So then that's been unfortunate. But
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And then
Swiss.
Switzerland.
Okay.
they are. Oh, who is their sponsor?
I can't tell.
I think it says Oshner, and I don't know that brand, but there is a specific little T-shirt on there, and it looks
Yeah.
like ski paths, like in snow.
Yeah, it does.
And I thought that was a
That
really
is
cool
cool.
shirt. I saw that one in a video, and I had to scour the internet to find it again. But
I like them.
they all look very coordinated. I like that there's kind of the like the plus. On
Yeah,
the
it's kind of
jacket.
funny though.
It's like
it's
I
kind of
feel
funny
like
that it's like
should've- I
straight
guess-
down.
Yeah, I guess
But then it
if
would just be like
it
a
would
belt.
like a big cross, I guess, if they had it the whole
Yeah,
way.
well,
but
because it would be like a belt going around,
Yeah.
but then it's weird to just have the.
just have the.
Yeah,
I see what they're going for.
Yeah.
though, and yeah,
I like it.
very very red.
I like the two girls are in like the one with the like pocket there.
The sweaterish.
Yeah, I quite like that one.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Their snow
but
pants are and like general pants are
Yeah.
fine. The shoes are
very
kind of funk.
coordinated. The shoes are like running shoes that look like
They're boots.
hiking boots.
Yeah,
But
maybe they're for
mountain
Ski mountaineering. Okay. Australia.
I had to.
Oh, they kind of ate. I kind of really like.
They have some indigenous like patterns.
Yeah.
On the. I don't know if it's a jacket or just like a regular quarter zip.
That kind of that one looks more like a quarter zip.
Yeah. And then on the inside of the jackets, I like how they have like there's names of previous athletes, and they have the oath, the Olympian oath, and I thought that was a really cool aspect to add in there. But green and gold,
Yeah, it's really cool.
classic
like-
Australian color combo.
I really like that jacket poncho type. I like the quarter zip. Like they're both quarter zip,
Yeah,
but I
like
like
how
the jacket
jacket's
quarter
like
zip.
yeah,
It's like a hoodie and a jacket.
very
Big fan.
functional.
I also always love the green and gold. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
This is Team
Great Britain.
Yeah. So
I like these speed
their
skater
suit.
outfits.
Yeah. The suit was like my favorite part. I like how it's like it's a pattern, but I think it also says GB.
Yeah, I think
which
so.
is nice. And they're sponsored by Adidas.
Yep. Which is always good.
It was good. And I think there's kind of two different jackets, as we can see the skier on the,
Yeah.
on the blue. And
I'm a big fan of that
this-
bright blue.
Yeah. I like it. It's very noticeable, very bright. It's like
It is.
we're here at the Olympics.
I love the all of the like I've seen Canada's ski kits too, and like
Yeah.
for the most part, just the style of like ski equipment and like the kits that they wear.
Yeah.
It's just like I want a jacket
know.
like that.
I
They
would
all
like-
look
I'd
so
like one.
cool. I think it's just like the aura that comes with being a skier and snowboarder that I don't have, but I do really like them. So
Yeah.
'Kay.
And then last but not least, I haven't really seen Italy, which is really surprising.
yeah, you'd think
because
that they'd
that's,
be
like-
all over that.
I know, but I haven't really, and I think it looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean, it's crisp. I don't know anything past this because it was really hard to find any pictures of it.
I like the white. I always like the white, and I like their colors, and I think they can always do lots
Yeah.
with that.
I think
It'll be interesting
there
to
was
see.
One that had a pattern. It was almost watercolory, I think, on a jacket.
Okay.
With the green and red. So
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know. I couldn't find a whole lot, which was really sad. But I'm looking forward to seeing them, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, host country.
The only other ones I've seen are some a little bit U.S. They're like hockey stuff in there.
I like the crew neck with the bear.
Yeah, or they have like have you seen the like fleecy material one with
and
it?
it's got, like, the flag and stuff.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay. I'm going to pull up the Tate Mcrae thing.
Okay.
And we can watch. Okay, wait.
Interesting.
I'm putting it on the actual program.
Okay.
And we'll live react again from the top.
Oh, hi. I'm a bit lost. Tate Mcrae? Oh, I'm nobody. Nobody's girl, that is. I'm trying to get to Milan for an amazing opening ceremony and meet Team USA. Then it's the weekend with America's best skating for gold and Lindsey Vohn's epic comeback. And back to the States for the big game, Super Bowl 60. Okay.
Anyway.
I'll just ask someone else.
I feel
then.
like the owl right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting.
It's funny. Because
But
I feel
not
like-
funny, haha.
No, not funny, haha. I think because I feel like she's. Actually, I don't know really, but didn't she do like a Canada tour and then she was all like Canada?
Well, she's Canadian.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm not understanding.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Set changed a few times. Yeah, I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel.
Yeah, like, and I love Tate Mcrae, but
Yeah.
what the heck, you know?
What the heck?
Yeah, so I was just kind of a little like, oh, interesting. And I just saw that yesterday, and I think it's been out for 20
Couple of
hours.
days?
No,
Oh,
20 hours.
20 hours.
So, current news.
There you
But
go.
yeah, it was very interesting. And the comments are all like, actually, well, those comments are fine, but some of them are like, what the hell? That one says, will she be performing at the Olympics?
Oh,
I don't know.
who knows? Maybe.
If she is, she better be wearing Canada merch.
Yeah.
Anyway, heading into other pop culture moments.
Yeah.
Did you see the heated rivalry guys being little torchbearers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good
They're
for them.
coming to Cortina.
They're coming. Yeah, will you come to my cottage?
This one.
That is my vocal stim, just so often. I'll just be like, will you come to my cottage?
Cottage this summer.
Don't go to Russia. Come to my house. Anytime I'm inviting someone over, I'm like, come to my house.
Come to my house.
It will be so nice. It's so private. I haven't even seen the show. It's just all over my TikTok. I need to watch it. Oh, anyway, love the two of them. Love everything they're doing for hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Hate the NHL for exploiting it, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
I mean, kind of. Yeah.
like,
I get it.
I get that they're doing it
It's
right
just-
from a marketing
yeah.
standpoint. They
It's
should be
interesting
doing
because
that.
of the whole like Pride Tape kind of
very interesting.
controversies. It's just like, guys,
Like, really? Like, because you actually hated
Yeah.
all this Pride last year and the year before that, but now that it's making you so much money, let's invite Kip, the guy who plays Kip, to a Vancouver Canadians game.
Oh,
Vancouver's
okay.
often done it right.
Yeah.
With Pride
I feel like
and
Vancouver's
whatnot.
been like
They're
been-
pretty
being
progressive,
good.
whatever. But like, yeah, let's bring him out to a game, show him on the Jumbotron, have him wearing a Canucks jersey, and let's still ban Pride Tape. Like, it's just a weird. Like,
where are we going
obviously,
with
if they
this?
didn't do anything with
Yeah.
heated rivalry, that would be a major loss, and that would be stupid. But the fact that they're doing stuff while just generally being
Yeah,
performative
they're not
about
like
it and not
acknowledging
changing,
anything.
not
which is
changing
kinda
anything,
Like,
whatever. But the world loves them,
yeah.
and now they were
We're
in
making progress.
Italy.
Yeah.
And that show brought to you by Canadian tax dollars. So go Canada. Which is crazy. I hate when people call it an American show. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, that HBO show. No. That Crave original. Put some respect on my Canadian lighting. Have you seen that? So many shows are like, they're like, oh, you can tell a show's made in Canada because A, it has the same 5 extras, and B, the Canadian lighting. True, but whatever.
No.
Netflix lighting ruins stuff, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, filmed in Guelph, Ontario. Go heated rivalry.
Hey.
That was a rant. Basically, just wanted to say they were torchbearers. And then also, Kimmy Antonelli was a torchbearer.
Oh, yeah.
And the concept of them being in the same place, like Hudson Williams,
Yeah.
Connor Story, and then Kimmy Antonelli, so funny to me. But good for them. Okay, this was your...
This was me.
Yeah.
So, if we'll remember,
Yes,
Henrik,
I'm sure we do.
the Muffin Man from Paris 2024, he's made not one, not two, but several
Yep.
videos saying, I need to find a way to get to the Olympics so that I can find these muffins. or like, you know, be a dessert tester.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
I've heard that they don't have the muffins.
No, they don't. I saw
know.
someone was like, this is the closest thing I could find, and it was like a lava cake.
Okay, though.
Which is like,
Wait.
it looked really tasty, but
Yeah.
it's not.
not the
That's
same.
not the chocolate muffin.
And then I saw on one of his videos that the LA 2028 account commented, and they were like, telling my boss to
bring
bring
muffins,
muffins,
yeah.
to make sure there's muffins. I'm like, yep,
Yep.
you're so right. Yeah, I love like just silly little stories like that,
Mm-hmm.
especially like with the Olympics. There's so much like actual like major storylines, country divide,
Yeah.
political climate, whatever. And then Henrik's like, but my muffins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, actually. And then just one more thing kind of here. The Olympic Village tours, my TikTok is so full of team kit unboxings,
Yep.
mainly just Canada, and a little US. Little like Taylor Heisey's like day in my life. I'm like,
Okay. Yeah.
yep. Or like my Olympic outfit. I'm like, yep. But then this one girl, one of USA's figure skaters, she's whatever, half
I
of
saw
whatever
that,
pair.
yeah.
Yeah. She accidentally basically, like she went to like this
Yeah.
little makeup shop thing that they had, and they're like, oh, like book a makeover for tomorrow. She was like, well, I'm free tomorrow. So
Might as well.
booked one for 11 a.m. the next day. And then she
There
went and
she
got a
went.
little makeover. And it was like, it's some Italian brand. I forget what they're called. I'll put
Couldn't tell you,
a
but
picture or something. And then they commented on her post. They were like, thanks so much for coming, whatever. But it was just a really cute little story.
I think it's cool that they have all like these facilities because you don't really know about them. I feel like in previous years, 2010, you definitely wouldn't know a ton about
No.
the villages and stuff. But because of the rise of social media and
Yeah.
athletes being on it and like trying to get their own stories out there, as opposed to just relying on like news and sports news to tell it, I think it's cool to see all the different perspectives.
It is, especially from a business standpoint. Like having a pop-up in the Olympic Village in the past was just
Yeah.
something you did for the Olympians, but now it's like, well, this
Global
girl can
kind of thing.
vlog her going to get her
Exactly.
makeup
Yeah.
done in this makeup company that no one's ever heard of outside of Italy. Is now global. And it's very interesting from a marketing standpoint how much the Olympic Village means now and just like generally the Olympics. They've always been obviously such a massive sporting event that's
Yeah.
like really good for marketing. But the fact that like even within the Olympic Village and the athletes experience now is such a
advertising for
marketable,
free, basically. So
crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, that's a very, very interesting topic of intersection here of social media, pop culture, and the Olympics.
Yeah.
And that's what this show is about. With the freaking Will Byers clip that I'm about to post that we talked about last week, this show's all about women's sports connecting with pop culture, and we're just two chronically online girls trying to get that news.
Trying
to
to get it out to you.
Just trying to. I can't wait to post that clip, but I like just posted about Liam Lawson. I'm like, well, I can't just like post two Liam Lawson clips back to back, but I need the people to understand that we are so locked in to Will Byers content. No, not specifically. Well,
What?
I am at least, but
I
no.
I don't know, man.
What?
Like, I don't know. I feel like when the season 5 came out, I got all the stuff recommended, and I was like, oh god, no
Oh
spoilers.
no.
Oh, but now it's kind of now.
It's died-
now I'm just sports again. So
See, I would say it's died down, but my free page has not died down. It's like every other swipe is okay, Olympic Village tour,
Yeah.
and then it's like Will Byers, and then it's Mike Wheeler, and then it's like, here's this devastating edit of just like how horrible all of their lives are. And I'm like, oh, you're so right. They
And
have
then
all
it's like,
suffered
come with
so
me to
much.
Day in the Life
And
in
it's
the
like, come with me,
Olympics.
get dressed with me to go to Team USA practice. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, this is a Phoebe Bridgers song. Oh no. And then I'm like, oh, here's like my unboxing of my team kit. And then here's this drama between these two figure skaters. And then here's more Stranger Things. And then here's a Percy Jackson edit really quick while you're here.
it just
I'm
it
like, oh
brings
my
you all
God.
together. The dichotomy of it all.
And here is where we bring it all together.
exactly.
So yeah, that's it. So look at my TikTok For You page before we go here. But that's basically all we have on the schedule for today. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up regarding the Olympics before we go?
No, I think we
covered
it
a
all.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't mention anything like Paralympic related, which I kind of wished I could, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Like, I would just be talking about Australia again. But shout out Sean Pollard.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I am
snowboard cross,
actually,
but
yeah.
But yeah,
I'm excited for when the Paralympics are closer because they obviously they do.
they do it, yeah.
Olympics
split.
and Paralympics.
Yeah.
But like, and again, hockey's what I know, but sledge hockey's always a
Sledge
fun
hockey's-
watch.
yeah, sledge hockey's
so
great.
cool. But yeah, looking forward to the Paralympics as well. But yeah, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for joining us on the second episode of this new season and new era of Shutter Sport Girl Talk. Be sure to follow us on all of our socials to join the discussion. We are SSM Girl Talk on X and Shutter Sport Girl Talk on Instagram. And whether you're on Spotify or YouTube, be sure to follow or subscribe, depends on the platform, to never miss an episode. And please let us know what you want to hear from us next. Because we certainly had this one planned, but we'll see what comes up next week. But if you have something you would like to hear us yap about, please do let us know. I'm Tate LeBoutillier, joined by Tiegan Clark, and we will see you next week.
Hey.
Bye.